Welcome back, and taking the conversation on the markets forward, still 100 points lower on the index. We are joined now by Sunil Singhania, the founder of Abakkus Asset Managers, on this very special occasion today. Sunil, good morning. Thank you for joining in on our very special
occasion.
Thank
you, and best wishes on the 26th anniversary of CNBC.
It's a lot of coincidences, right? Your daughter celebrates her birthday around CNBC-TV18's birthday, and
every year I come on December 7th.
Right.
Which is a birthday. This time
that's CNBC-TV18's birthday as well. We are celebrating it on December 8th because the markets were shut yesterday. And also, it's a momentous day for you. The mutual fund launches today. So, multiple occasions for celebration. We only request you to come more often to our studio here to celebrate this. And also, obviously, we'll...
No, thanks a lot. So, yes, mutual fund gets launched today. So, it's a big thing. Nigel's mother shares the birthday with Khushi. So, it's always a pleasure to be here on December 7th. This time, we are on December 8th. And as you said, Mangalam, it's a coincidence that we are also launching our mutual fund today.
Many congratulations on that as well. Sunil, it's been a year of resilience, right, for our markets. We fell to those lows in April, then we have recovered, and we have had multiple headwinds. We had the tariff tantrums and so on and so forth. But what do you see now going forward into 2026? There are still headwinds that are still there. The trade deal is not signed yet and so on and so forth. But do you believe that the markets will continue to remain as resilient as they have been this year, especially because of the domestic money that's coming in?
No, I think you're right, but you're kind that we have been resilient. I think we have it's been a challenging 15 months when you compare it to other asset class, including global markets, obviously gold, silver, and particularly broader markets in India. Last 10-15 days have been causing a lot of concern. But I think, as you rightly said, we have also seen so many headwinds, multiple small wars, and then this tariff thing just does not seem to be getting out of the way. Hopefully, I think tariff, the delegation is coming 10th of December. That is what I read in the news, and hopefully we'll have some positive coming out of it. We have seen at least world being more peaceful. Except Russia, Ukraine, most of the conflicts, at least for now, are set to rest. And even Russia, Ukraine, there are talks going on. I think domestically, both the central bank as well as the government seem to be on an overdrive. 10 lakh crores of liquidity surge into the system, 4 rate cuts totaling 125 basis points. From the government, you have an income tax cut, GST cut, and the mood is clearly to support domestic growth. So hopefully, as we move forward and we go into the next year, which will also be the time for budget, we will have this momentum continue. Corporate profits have picked up. September 25 was better, not the best, but better. But our view is that if some luck on the tariff thing happens, then the next half and the year following that will be good. I think one thing which is sort of a headwind apart from tariff is the huge flow or supply of paper. Right. And that is meaning that all the incremental inflows are just going into absorbing that flow. Right. There's not too much money left to buy stocks which are already listed.
Which is why we need people like you who have the money to go ahead and buy some of the stocks, etc. You said that we were kind in calling this market resilient, but you've also been humble in calling it bad, because some of the stocks that I was looking at, some of the names, Shriram Pistons, etc. 1,000 in this market has become 3,000. Some of these SME bets that you've made, all of them are at near record high, if not at record high as well. So you've been good in the space that you have, the identifying mid caps, small caps, the themes that there are, betting on the Indian entrepreneurship. Are there any opportunities right now? Because I remember Nimesh had put out a piece last Friday saying that even as the indices are at near record high, in the broader markets, there are 40-50% of the stocks which are down 30, 40, 50, some of them even 60-70% lower. So in this correction, are you looking at some opportunities? What are the themes?
So we are always looking for opportunity. I think that is our job. But just to give you a little bit of perspective, I think in 2024, particularly when the election fever was on, between June 24 to October 24, we had sort of a blowout rally in some of the smaller companies. So my view is, that time they got priced maybe 20-30% higher than they should have had. And I think now we are seeing in that correction mode. Obviously, it's coincided with at least a few sectors and few companies having headwinds in terms of their profit numbers, largely because of tariffs, some because of other reason. And I think, therefore, the pain looks pretty high. Yes, there have been winners, but there have been losers also. So you're very kind in just pointing at winners. We have also had a share of losers. But one thing which we are very clear is that we cannot afford to make mistakes at this point of time. Yeah. And mistakes can be of for multiple reasons. One is, obviously you buy something where fundamentals are not that great. So that we are very, very clear. And secondly, if you buy something priced to perfection, then even a small disappointment leads to a big drawdown. And I think that is what we have seen, that if you are priced to perfection, then the small drawdown leads to a big correction. And I think there is what one has to be careful. Coming to your question, yes, there are opportunities, and I think it's a good time to start looking at companies, start accumulating, because you are now able to buy without impact cost.
Right.
You are able to buy at a price you basically would have loved to 6 months back, but it is going to be a waiting game.
So what themes are looking attractive right now?
So I think among the fallen angels, I would say that engineering companies, a lot of them have fallen quite significantly. Outlook is pretty good. Some of the pharma names, they have not done anything. I would not say they have fallen, but they have not done anything because of tariff issues, so on and so forth. So there you have opportunity. We are also getting constructive on some select renewable plays. You know, it was like the darling, and suddenly in 15-20 days, it's been the reverse. But I think that segment has a lot to offer, particularly in an energy deficient country like India. So that is also where we are quite positive, and we continue to be positive on all facets of financials. I think that is a great play to be in.
Speaking of financialization and financials, you can see the flashes on your screen of the SEBI chairperson speaking about bringing a consultation paper with regards to the F&O market at an appropriate time, and he's mentioned about bringing a consultation paper pretty soon, and you can see the reaction within stocks like BSE and Angel One and so on. But that's what the SEBI chairman has had to say. But is capital markets a theme, considering the fact that we are growing the way we are, the rise in the number of demat accounts? How do you play this capital markets theme?
See, it has to be. We are a large country, and we are growing in terms of per capita income and also savings. And the most important thing is financialization of savings. You don't have to now teach. Everyone knows. The best way to play it is through our business, frankly, asset and wealth management companies, because 6 crore unique investors are going to be 15-20 crores for sure. I think we are less than $1 trillion in mutual fund assets. I think we have a long way to go. One single asset management company in US is $13 trillion. So I think that is a good way. But I think all parts of, I would say, financialization of savings will benefit out of it, whether it's insurance companies, custodians, exchanges, and so on and so forth. Obviously, valuation are something which investors will, I always keep on saying this, because the best company and the best theme might not be a good stock if it is priced beyond perfection.
You know, just a final question before we let you go. Everyone has been talking not only about the financialization theme, also the discretionary experiential, theme where hotels, hospitality, travel, all of that would do well. And you won't speak about specific stocks, but I know Interglobe Aviation, you have to ask, one has to ask you this question, because the stock industry leader, everything is doing well, 65% market share, and suddenly something comes by, and as a result of it, stock's down 20% from its highs, with no real immediate solution in sight from an investor standpoint. Because what we know right now is the disruption which is taking place in their operations. The financial disruption because of this, it's a wafer-thin margin business. How do you...
I won't talk about stocks, but see, generally, Mangalam, if this is a very critical industry.
Yeah.
And you can't have a monopolistic kind of a situation in any critical industry. And I think this is a lesson to us, to everyone, including the regulators, that you have to encourage more players, at least in very, very critical industries. You can't have one company or two companies. Like in India, two airlines are like more than 90% market share. One is more than 65% market share. And a little bit of issue can happen to anyone. Some may be internal, some may be because of external factors, but it can happen. And you see how the whole country has sort of been held to ransom. I was also traveling last week. Luckily, I did not have that much of an issue. But you could see the airports, you could see the anguish, you could see the tears and so on. So I think across critical industries, we have to encourage more and more players, so that there is no monopoly.
All right, the only outlier to that, I would say, is CNBC-TV18. We celebrate our 26th birthday for the last 20 years plus. We have had over 90% share, and we are extremely humble about our leadership, because viewers come first, always.
Humbleness will take you far.
Thank you so much, sir.
With that, wishes again.
Thank you. We take a short break, come back on the other side. We have another Sunil waiting by to discuss business, and this is Sunil D'Souza. From Sunil Singhania, we go to Sunil D'Souza, the MD and CEO of Tata Consumer Products, joins us in our studio.
"26 years